Greetings Internet, it's your friend Ag Rockett, and this is the first official episode of Pop Shock. Today we're going to teach you how to make a bead sprite. Bead sprites are kind of really popular on the internet today, especially with us nerds and gamers. A bead sprite is made out of perler beads or hammer beads, which are fusible, like plastic beads that you can buy at your local craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And it costs about $10 for a bucket, and they usually come in like a package like this, like a bucket of these, so it's like all multicolored, so you can make almost anything. It also comes with transfer paper, which is basically just regular freezer paper that you can put on top of the beads after you're done to iron it together. This is a tool that I suggest you get if you're going to get into making bead sprites. It's called tweezers, I guess. These are Perler Beads brand. It's called Easy Tweeze, but you can use any kind of generic tweezers. A lot of people use different kinds. And, most importantly, the pegboards. Now, the pegboards come in sets of 2, and they're usually about $8 for a pack. And that's it. So let's begin. Okay, so today I'm just going to make a simple design for you guys, the Mario mushroom, which everyone knows and loves. It's a simple design because it only has 3 colors, and it only involves one of these pegboards. If you notice, my beads come in these weird packages, like these little plastic bags, as opposed to like the actual tin that you get in the store, because I buy mine online from this lady named Michelle, who's super awesome. Let's see. I suggest usually I pour them out into little Tupperwares to separate the beads because it gets really messy. And if you have carpet, it's really, really hard to get out. But since we're just here, it'll be fine. Well, usually you can get any template offline. You just search a pixel art of whichever character you're looking for, whether it's 16-bit or if it's 8-bit, you're sure to find something of someone. And trust me, if it's not made, you can probably make your own. I take graph paper sometimes, and I'll like sketch out a design of something that I want. Really popular ones right now that I've seen popping up are Sonic the Hedgehog, vintage things like Chrono Trigger, and actually there's this one that I saw that was pretty awesome. Someone made a red mage that was like the size of my house. I can't even explain how big it was. Almost done here. I've seen some people use like Tupperware tops, and then they'll like scoop the beads so they're all sideways like this, and then use a paper clip to put them together on string them together on one line and just like drop them in, which is kind of hard. If you have animals, pets, cats, the worst. Do not have your animals around your projects, because if your cat gets in there and messes up the whole thing, you will cry. You will cry so hard. A tip, you want to buy a really large bag of black, because black beads are notorious for being in almost every bead sprite, and you're going to run out super quick. Some people learn the hard way and have to wait to finish a project for like a week or 2 weeks. It's really hard, but yeah. Don't put yourself in that position. I wish this would go by faster, but it's taking me a really long time to grab them because my hands are a little sweaty from the heat. Let me see. I know some people, if they're doing a big area like this big white space, and they know all the beads are going to be one color, they'll try to shove them in like this and push them down. But in my opinion, it's kind of a waste of time as opposed to saving time, which everyone wants to do. There's a lot of ways of fusing beads. I just use a regular iron. My mom has a 7-set iron, so it just has numbers, not necessarily settings. Some people have the irons that say cotton or silk or whatever it is. Usually cotton's the best setting. It has to be pretty hot for these beads to melt, but be careful also because these boards right here are made out of plastic, so there's a very good chance that you'll warp your board or warp the beads, or worse, melt your table. So it's really difficult to get that right setting. The tip of the nose of the iron is usually the hottest point, so you can use that to measure if there's like an area that's not completely finished. You're done. So at this point, you'll take your paper. If you buy the, like I said, if you buy the tub, it comes inside the tub. You're just gonna take this paper and lay it across the top, and then set the iron on hot before you start ironing, or it's not gonna come out even. Then you set the iron down, iron. You can lift slowly to see if it's actually fused together. If it hasn't, you just lay it back down again flat, and then when it gets, well for me, when it gets to the point where I know it's already fused together, I'll peel it up on top so it doesn't ruin my boards, and then flip it over and then iron the other side. But there's a million ways that you can go about ironing it. This is one way, a technique where you only iron the back side. When you do this, usually you're gonna invert the image, so the side that's the outside side is gonna be the one that's not ironed, right? The one that you want. And then also what they do sometimes to save their boards is they'll take a mirror or like a glass, cover it with double side tape or one side tape, and then press it on top of the image, and then iron it on the sticky part of the tape instead of the board. That way you can iron as hot as you want. The regular way of ironing it though is just like this. Comes out on both sides. I feel like this is more sturdy than this one, less flexible. And you can see here some of the beads fused really well where you can't even see the hole in the middle. Some people do that too. It's called flat ironing, which takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, because all the colors kind of melt at a different time, or I guess like speed. But a lot of people would consider this a bad job because it's not evenly done, but I think it's okay. So that's all it really takes to make a bead sprite, guys. If you guys have any requests, or if you guys want me to make any other tutorials, go ahead and make a comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. But this is all the time we have for now, so I'll see you guys later. Toodles. Ooh.